afternoon, ma'am. Okay, thanks for the time given to me. Now I will present about my article. The title of the article about the student's perspective to overcome anxiety in speaking English at the University St. Paul student. Background of the study. Speaking is one of the most essential human activities since it allows for the expression of ideas and development of the interpersonal relationships. But in the daily life, a lot of the people experience nervousness when speaking to others. In fact, this anxiety is now innate and cannot be avoided, particularly when communicating in a foreign language, which presents its own challenges to the speaker in the expressing information and is additionally frequently cited as one of the causes of the communication anxiety. However, 2023 argued that the speaking encompasses more than simply the articulating words orally. It includes the act of the transmitting and the meaningful message through words. Through speech, individuals can effectively communicate information, ideas, opinions, emotions, share the experience, and establish social connections when they interacting with others. Although the many people seem to have a fear of the public speaking, with respect to social relationship, fear of the public speaking is not necessarily related to broader social anxiety. But how to get rid of the anxiety when talking, of course, it requires a method that must be based on yourself to be able to overcome this. Anxiety in speaking skills can be said to be one of the most common problems found because there is a negative correlation between anxiety and the performance. According to Wardrobe 2006, the anxiety reactions can be classified into two categories: those that demonstrate worry and those that reflect strong emotional response. To support this research, the researcher has included several previous studies related to students' perspective to overcome speaking English anxiety. The first study comes from the Angretti and the Fabiani 2020. This research explained about the EFL students' perceptions of their foreign language anxiety in the speaking class using qualitative research method. The purpose of this paper is aimed at investigating the factors that influence foreign language anxiety among the students in a speaking class and how they perceive about overcoming foreign language anxiety. The second study from Mimayani in 2002. This research explained about the teacher strategies in the overcoming the students' anxiety in the speaking English using the descriptive qualitative method. This research aimed to find out the teacher strategies in overcoming students' anxiety in speaking English and the students' perception toward the strategies used by the teachers to overcome students' anxiety in speaking English at the SMAN Sakugawa. Problem of the study. What are the students' perspectives to overcome speaking English anxiety at the University St. Paul student? Objective of the study, to find out what are the perspectives from the students to overcome anxiety in speaking English. Scope of the study. The scope of this research focuses on the perspective of students regarding ways to overcome anxiety in the speaking English, both in the classroom and outside the classroom. Significance of the study. The theoretical significance of this research is expected to contribute in the development of English, especially in speaking English and the educational related to the point of view of the students to master speaking anxiety. Definition of key terms. Definition of key terms in the article students' perspective to overcome speaking English refers the speaking English, ability to use English orally to communicate with others. The fluency, the ability to speak English fluently without obstacles using the appropriate vocabulary and grammar. The pronunciation, how to interpret the sounds, words, and phrase in English correctly. Confidence in using English when speaking without fear or hesitation. Vocabulary, a collection of words in English grammar, the rules and the structure of the English language, which includes grammar, verbs, subjects, objects, and sentence constructions. Listening skills. The ability to understand and process information received through hearing and English. Speaking practice. The active that include practice and the using spoken English to improve the speaking English. Research methodology. Research type. This study employed the qualitative research method with the case study approach. Qualitative method was then chosen because this study aims at the providing insight into the case of language at the Unika St. Paul Sultan, specifically the students' perspective to overcome speak English anxiety at the Unika St. Paul Sultan. Qualitative research is a kind of the inquiry that generates descriptive data in the form of the spoken or written words as well as the observed behavior. The study was made to approach students what are the students' perspective speaking English anxiety. Subject of the study. The subject of the study is the English students at the Unika St. Paul Sultan. Instrument of data collection. The instruments used in the study include the researcher will ask the students about several questions related to their perspective for the overcoming anxiety in speaking English. By using these instruments, the study aims to produce a comprehensive understanding of the effective students' perspective for the overcoming anxiety of the speaking English question given to students. The effective students' perspective for the overcoming anxiety of the speaking English question given to students. This is the questions I will give the perspective from this result and discussion. Result. The result of the interview conducted to explore students' perspective on the overcoming English speaking anxiety revealed several key findings. The first way, the many students acknowledge feeling anxious and nervous when it comes to speak English. This anxiety often stems from a fear of the making mistakes or being judged by others. However, despite that challenge, the interviewers express a strong desire to overcome their English-speaking anxiety. The data for this research were obtained from the result of the students' interviews regarding the students' perspective to overcome the speak English anxiety. Discussion. This is very relevant to what the students experience when they speaking English. This can be influenced by the several things such as lack of the vocabulary, the fear of wrong pronunciation, which causes a lack of the confidence. In addition to fear of the pressure from classmates or the teachers who may evaluate or criticize their speaking ability. This approach recognizes that the mistakes and deficiencies in the speech are natural, and that the main goal is to convey the message clearly and understand the message precisely, rather than getting bogged down in the searching for the perfect words or the avoiding mistakes. It is more important to focus on the meaning and the purpose of the communication. Every one of the main speech mistakes, such as the forgetting words, getting stuck, or the using inappropriate grammar. Every conversation has a different context and needs, and by focusing on the communication, one can adapt the style and language used, the situation and audience at hand. By accepting feedback, a person can identify areas for the improvement in their communication and make the necessary improvements. This allows one to continuously improve in their speaking skills. Students need to face these embarrassments by taking risks and speaking English, even if they don't feel completely confident yet. The perception of dealing with say by dealing with it refers to how the individuals deal with and overcome feelings of shame that arise in the social situations. When a person accepts himself with all his flaws and strengths, he is better able to overcome feelings of shame. Individuals can try to see the situation from a more positive perspective or replace negative thoughts with more rational thoughts. I think that's all now. Thank you.